because I love you, I decided to call y'all bitches out. Hello, collective. Thank you so much for your love and support. I need to go back to bed. I cannot talk today. But this energy is popping. So let's find out, what does this inner collective need to hear right now? Everything has turned out well. Enjoy your success. So there is something going on here where you don't believe that you're on the track for success, that the success that you've dreamed of either isn't your reality or can't be your reality, something like that. It reminds me of the part in the journey where we finally get to the point of receiving our blessings. We finally get to the point of reaching that goal and we start to panic, and those self-sabotaging behaviors start to come out because we can't believe our own power, and you're kind of fighting yourself on this, on trusting and believing that you have the power to create this reality, or that it's real, and that fear of losing something great, which is so common. So let's see, what else do we need to know about this? Four of Swords. Yeah, so you're still healing from things in your past where things have gone according to plan, or people have sabotaged you, or just your own patterns, belief systems have kind of gotten you down. And it looks like you've come a long way in that healing journey, but at the same time, there's still something kind of being held over your head. Maybe it's somebody or something outside of yourself, perhaps a parent figure, or just somebody in authority in your life, maybe a manager, boss, something like that, where your past transgressions, don't worry, I hear it, are being, it's like past the point of accountability, right? It's like someone is like, yeah, but look what you did. Yeah, but you fell short. Yeah, but that kind of energy is coming through. So if that's your own mental pattern, definitely take some time to address where that's stemming from. If it's someone or something in your life, either A, cut that person out immediately, or be brave enough to have a very strong conversation and set those boundaries and advocate for yourself. Tell me more about this Four of Swords. Yeah, Eight of Cups. This is something that you need to walk away from because it has become an emotional burden. It's something that's no longer serving you. It's even though you have this happiness or chance at happiness, this pain and dissatisfaction and this weight, it's not allowing you to really enjoy your successes, enjoy your wins, even the small ones along the way, because you're waiting for the shoe to drop. You're waiting for something bad to happen. You're walking on eggshells in some way, shape, or form, whether that's yourself or an external party. Let's find out. Tell me more about this energy. Yeah, it's going to be different for everyone, because we do have a substantial kind of collective going on here. It's more than one person. But the Seven of Wands here is talking about challenges, and whatever this is, whether it's an internal energy or an external energy, it's something that you are going to have to put up a fight for, to really set those boundaries and to hit that challenge head on, to overcome it, to persevere and fight the fine fight. There's a scripture, it's fleeting away from me, but it's about fighting the fine fight of the faith or something. So have faith in your dreams and your goals and that success. Continue to fight for it, right? Again, I'm gonna quote Muse. I live by this quote. I should probably just tattoo it on me at this point. I'm not gonna lie. He's got his name on my hip, but I need this quote somewhere visually in my life. If it is something that you have a passion for, if it is something that you love, you owe it to yourself and the people invested in you to go after it, to make it your reality. If it is something that you love, it is worth that fight. Nothing worth having is easy, and nothing easy is worth having. If it's too good to be true, sometimes it's because it is. So ask yourself, what's really going on? Because things that are worth having, there will be obstacles, there will be challenges, because you will be tested to prove not so much your worth, but your readiness and your ability to hold, maintain, and expand that thing. What else do we need to know about this energy? Whoa! You win it, you win it, you win it. Whoa! Big energy. You all need to see this. Wow. So you got the devil with justice and high priestess. So these and Hierophant are all kind of on the same level here in terms of, they're mirroring that energy. Devil is all about the self-sabotaging behaviors and the illusion of being bound in something, being bound in that cycle. So whatever this is, it is an illusion that it is holding you back from your happiness and joy, because ultimately you do have the power to free yourself, right? And intuitively, you know this. Intuitively, you know what is right and what is just and what is needed and necessarily within and without of yourself to make that happen. This justice card is making me recall on the movie that I was just in. It's called Trial of Truth, and ultimately everybody that was in that movie, they were speaking their truth, but your truth and your reality is going to look very different than someone else's. And you, and this, I'm calling myself out on this one too, you cannot be led by others' truths, by others' perceptions. You have to know in your heart of heart, in your heart and soul, in your own intuition. If you did not see my reading yesterday, go watch it. You have to have such a strong relationship with your own intuition that you can see what is truth and what is not, to cut out the bullshit and to weigh those scales in a space of impartiality, which is so hard to do because trauma and personal beliefs and narratives and conditioning and all of those things, they skew our perception, and it's really hard to step out of that and into soul and embody soul and allow for that to be what reveals truth. But you need to allow for your own moral compass and your own intuition be what leads you. The quotes on these cards are: use your intuition to set your moral compass and trust your own counsel first. And then if you want the devil, it's you are only limited by what you believe is possible. So again, it comes back to that believing what you know is true, believing your own intuition. This is a really great reading. All right. What else does the collective need to know? Some guidance or advice. Page of Cups. Be weary of those emotions and making emotional decisions. Now is the time not to let the emotions sway you. This is how salespeople will get you, is they hit that emotion, right? You need to be impartial. You need to be logical. You need to be grounded in your knowing what is for you and what is not for you. Allow the emotion to lead your heart, but do not allow it to be what kind of leads the way entirely. You need that balance. You need to be grounded in who you are and now allow for that more immature emotional energy be what sways you one way or the other. What's his name? Quentin, the author of this really awesome book that I am barely tapping into, Black Veil Husband. He wrote a post or a reel or something like a week ago about how when you get into those emotional turmoil spaces, to take 90 seconds to regulate yourself. And I commented, like, parents need to be on this one, right? Because that's the thing, is that emotion, that first initial emotional reaction is not truth. That is your nervous system responding, and you need to get back into your parasympathetic nervous system and regulate your mental emotional so that your prefrontal cortex can come back online and you can make rational decisions, rational actions, right? It's that impulse from that emotional place that will cause for things to just be chaos, and we don't want that. We want to be conscious human beings making conscious decisions. Anything else that they got? Yep. Anything else that the collective needs to know? 9 of Wands. You are in this wounded warrior, and you need to regain that power and confidence within yourself so that you have the courage to stand up and fight that fight. One last thing that we need to know. King of Pentacles. Continue to solve issues in a practical way. So be steadfast, be reliable, be who you are, especially if this is related to work. That consistency in your character, how you're showing up, your dedication in partnerships as well, will ultimately be what shines through in spite of any shortcomings or falling out, or, you know, nobody's perfect. We all, what's the scripture? I'm getting a lot of scripture all of a sudden. We all sin and fall short of the glory of God. We all act out of alignment. We all are imperfect, and human, to be human is to err. There is oversight, there is being distracted, there is having too many things going on at once. There's so many factors. Forgive yourself for the spaces and places where you're not showing up fully, where you're not giving 100% or your best or whatever. Give yourself the grace first and foremost, and be willing to stand up for yourself if that is being held over your head in an unjust way. Take the accountability. Humility will get you so much farther than being in a state of defense. When you can say, you know what, I hear you, I'm in the wrong, I'm going to take this, I'm going to refine myself, I'm going to try and do better, here's what I'm going to do. That will get you so much farther than being like, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. That was so-and-so. That was this. Oh, you know what? I wasn't having a good day. Just own up to it. You will diffuse the situation so much quicker and take that action to refine yourself, but also be willing to defend yourself in the situation where you are being attacked unnecessarily. There's a really fine line, and you have to know where that is. And your intuition will guide you in that. Again, not your emotion, your intuition. I know that in itself is a very fine line, especially if you are feminine or have water in your chart, but there is a difference. Again, intuition is quiet, it's still. Emotion is very like this. And that's why it needs to be grounded. That's why you need to work on regulating your nervous system and really tapping into that parasympathetic nervous system. All right, this was an amazing reading. If you would like a personal reading, want to dive into anything, give me a shout.